Why did the Human Alliance mobilize such a large-scale operation? It dates back 5 years ago. A small asteroid crashed into Europe, immediately followed by a species of extraterrestrial beings known as the Mimics. They swept across the entire continent. Over the past 5 years, millions have perished on the battlefield. Humanity is practically powerless against the Mimics' might. 1 year later, the Alliance army used mechs in the Felden campaign to defeat a demon defender. A hero, known as the Angel of Felden, was also born. In one day, he killed hundreds of demon defenders. Rika became both an icon of the Allied forces and a recruitment ambassador. The Allied forces wanted to capitalize on Verdan's momentum to deploy more troops.
What is this?
This sworn-to-death battle was led by a media official who had never seen combat, but was mistakenly sent to the front line by the generals. Keiki woke up at the frontline base, demoted to a second-class soldier, and branded as a deserter. Commanders assigned him to the eccentric team. At dawn, everyone donned their mech armor. Keiki remained ever steadfast and loyal.
No one even told him how to pull the weapon apart.
An insurance policy requires them to parachute into the war zone from hundreds of miles up. And just then, Jade Book got ambushed. Luckily, Kaiji successfully enters the battlefield. Everything in front of him stuns him. Verdan comes ashore like he is in captivity. The Allied forces were nearly wiped out. This was supposed to be a surprise attack, but the Imitator was fully prepared. This seems more like a trap set by the Imitators. Even the brave and fierce Ritten was killed in the battle. Till now, Heish doesn't know how to unlock the insurance. He anxiously questions his teammates, but they have no time to respond. Just then, an Imitator suddenly emerges from the ground and swiftly takes out the team members. During this critical moment, Heishi cast an insurance spell and successfully killed the demon leader. But before he could even be happy, a bigger Alphalos appeared right in front of him. In the critical moment, Heishi picked up a side grenade. Eventually, they both met their end. Right after, blue blood covered Haishi's body. He woke up again in the base, back to the day before the action started. He even memorized the commander's speech.
Terrible, but you're going to love it.
But no matter how he explained it, no one believed him. He was brought back to his familiar team, still the same wildlike teammates, repeating the same things as yesterday.
That's the biggest challenge.
Trust is like torture.
Kaiji is once again brought back to the battlefield, but this time, he activates his insurance policy ahead of time, and indeed suffers the same fate of being attacked. This time, Cassie successfully saves Rita, but she herself gets pierced. Yet without hesitation, she takes Rita's battery.
Oh my god!
Kaiji came back to life once again. This time he found the lieutenant and precisely described all the details of what would happen next. Not only that, but he also revealed the names of all team members, except for one teammate who didn't like to lie. This means him. Despite this, he was still gagged and forcibly sent to the battlefield. He wanted to warn everyone to enter earlier, but it was a step too late. Leek jumped ahead, successfully saving a teammate who was about to die unexpectedly. When he woke up again, Haichan grabbed a few bullets and armor batteries. He no longer looked for Rita, nor did he care about his teammates. He crossed the battlefield alone and reached Omija's hiding spot. But when he got there, he realized it was a trap. Omija wasn't there at all. He was caught in a pincer attack by the sorcerers and Alpha. They planned to let Keishi test Bowang. Thus, he loses the ability to reset the time. At the crucial moment, Kaiji jumps off the board and drowns himself.
He's too self-sufficient.
Again, informing Rita and Cartlita about Omega's scheme made them realize that Fulden's previous victory was entirely manipulated by Omega. He intentionally sabotaged the Allied forces to make humanity invest more money. The only chance to push for an endgame war is to go to the Allied HQ, get Carter's equipment, and bring it to Brigadier General Bruce's safe box. After so many loops, Hachi finally convinced the stubborn general. He handed over the equipment to them, and as they were about to leave, they got attacked by the guards. At the crucial moment, Li Tao stabbed the equipment into Kaiki's thigh. He finally discovered the true whereabouts of the Omija family. It turns out they were hiding in the basement of Paris's Louvre Palace. When they tried to escape the Alliance headquarters, a soldier in armor blocked their way. Both of them passed out in the car crash. When Casey woke up again, he found himself tied to a hospital bed. He saw that he was being given a blood transfusion, which meant he had lost the ability to loop. They had only their last chance left. I'm out. They gave me blood. Otherwise, it will cause the group in Omega to be reset, and their chance of winning will be almost zero. When they approached near the floating palace, the sorcerers attacked their aircraft. The team had to make an emergency landing. No one knew what would happen next. Kai decided to use the remaining power to glide the aircraft to the floating palace. Then, they waited for the right moment to eliminate the remaining members of Omega's squad, choosing to sacrifice themselves to buy more time for their course. After an intense battle, Kaiki and Lita managed to enter the floating palace and block the entrance, stopping all demon defenders from getting in. There is also an alpha nearby. They have to find a way to evade it. Rita told Keiji that she would be responsible for distracting the alpha's attention and letting Keiji sneak into the Louvre to destroy Omega.
See you in the next video.
The moment you activate the R skill on Leak, the exhaust will immediately stop. They swam vigorously towards Omega, but Alpha also tracked their movements. He quickly caught up and stabbed Casey. However, just before dying, Casey pulled the pin on a grenade and threw it at Omega's brain. With an explosion, all mimics died instantly. At the same time, Omega's blood seeped into Casey's body and reset the timeline. Casey woke up on a helicopter to London. He saw news about the military holding a press conference, announcing that a mysterious energy surge had occurred in Paris at dawn. All the mimics suddenly lost their fighting abilities. The Human Alliance army won a complete victory. The next day, Casey, now an officer, arrived at the base. He saw the team members training and spotted Rita in the training field. She was still as formidable as ever.